Imagine awakening on a bright spring morning, well past your 60th birthday, feeling decades younger than the calendar suggests. You plant your feet on the floor, rise without stiffness, and sense quiet confidence in every joint. The day stretches ahead, tending rose bushes, exploring a new art exhibit, perhaps dancing after dinner. That buoyant readiness is not luck or rare genes. It is the direct compound interest paid on regular movement practiced week after week. A safe program begins with clear targets. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommends that adults 65 and older accumulate at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activity per week and perform muscle strengthening and balance exercises on 2 or more days. The American College of Sports Medicine echoes those numbers and adds regular flexibility work for all major joints to maintain range of motion. Consult your physician first if you manage chronic conditions or have been sedentary. Moderate intensity equates to a brisk walk at roughly 5 kilometers per hour. Vigorous activities such as fast lane swimming count double, so 75 minutes can also satisfy the weekly quota. The same guidelines emphasize breaking up prolonged sitting because mobility benefits start to fade after only 30 minutes of continuous inactivity. The first exercise is brisk walking, the free, low-tech medicine almost anyone can prescribe for themselves. Synthesized findings from more than 30 clinical trials show that 30 minutes of purposeful walking on 5 days each week lowers cardiovascular disease risk, trims visceral fat, regulates blood sugar, strengthens bones, boosts mood, and lengthens lifespan. Adding a tree-lined route compounds benefits by further lowering cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. In a United States cohort of 16,000 adults followed for 12 years, those averaging 7,500 steps per day lived, on average, nearly 2 years longer than peers taking fewer than 4,000 steps, a reminder that every stride counts. Japanese scientists have refined simple striding into interval walking training. Alternate 3 minutes of brisk walking at roughly 70% of your maximum heart rate with 3 minutes of relaxed strolling, repeating this pattern until you reach half an hour. Participants in recent trials improved aerobic capacity by 13%, lowered systolic blood pressure, and gained measurable leg strength within 5 months, gains that outpace traditional steady-pace walks. Begin with 2 cycles. Rest the next day to recover and add 1 additional cycle each week until you comfortably complete the full protocol. Technique magnifies results. Keep eyes focused 10 paces ahead. Relax your shoulders. Bend elbows to 90 degrees and land softly on the heel before rolling through the forefoot. Picture a helium balloon lifting the crown of your head to maintain tall posture. When weather misbehaves, march indoor corridors, circle an indoor track, or climb gentle stairs. Elevation wakes up the glutes, which are among the first muscles to atrophy with age. Choose supportive shoes with a firm heel counter and a flexible forefoot, and replace them roughly every 800 kilometers, about once a year for most walkers, to keep cushioning effective. Cardiorespiratory work is vital, yet combating age-related muscle loss requires deliberate strength training. Chair squats are deceptively simple and profoundly effective. Stand before a sturdy chair, feet shoulder width, toes angled slightly outward. Cross your arms or reach them forward for balance. Inhale while hinging hips and knees. Tap the seat lightly with your glutes. Pause, then exhale while pressing through your heels to rise. Keep an upright chest and track knees in line with toes. 2 or 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions engage the quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes in a functional pattern used dozens of times each day. Without resistance work, adults lose between 3 and 8% of muscle mass each decade after 40, a decline that accelerates following menopause or andropause. Squats recruit the body's largest muscles, triggering testosterone and growth hormone pulses that help preserve lean tissue and metabolic health. Progress is straightforward. When 12 repetitions feel easy, hug a light household object to your chest, slow the lowering phase to a 3 count, or add a half squat pulse before standing. Stronger legs transform everyday tasks, climbing bus steps, rising from low couches, stabilizing on gravel paths, into effortless movements, and add bone-building stimulus to hips and femurs. Pair squats with resistance band rows to safeguard posture and maintain pulling power. Loop a medium band around a door handle at chest height, grasp both ends and step back until arms extend under gentle tension. Exhale as you draw elbows toward your rib cage, squeezing shoulder blades together as if sliding them into back pockets. Pause for a breath, inhale and release slowly. Complete 2 sets of 10 to 15 controlled repetitions. Strengthening the mid-back counters, the forward slump encouraged by years of computer and smartphone use. Opening the chest for deeper, easier breathing. Elastic bands may look humble, yet a 2024 meta-analysis involving nearly 2,000 adults aged 60 to 89 reported 17% gains in upper body strength, clinically meaningful improvements in mobility, and a 22% reduction in depressive symptoms after 12 weeks of thrice-weekly band sessions. Researchers link part of the emotional lift to exercise-induced bursts of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a protein that nurtures existing neurons and encourages the birth of new ones. Participants also reported lower anxiety ratings and improved sleep efficiency, benefits scientists tie to steadier circadian rhythms in regularly active elders. Balance is the linchpin that converts endurance and strength into sure-footed confidence. 1 in 4 Canadians over 65 experiences a fall each year, and fractures can erode independence overnight. Tai Chi, slow, mindful movements choreographed centuries ago, offers a graceful antidote. A 2023 review of 85 randomized trials found Tai Chi cut fall incidence by 1/3 and increased single leg stance time by 4 seconds on average. Experts believe these gains stem from sharper proprioception, stronger ankle stabilizers, and subtle vestibular stimulation generated by continuous weight shifting and head rotation. Begin with feet shoulder width, knees soft, and spine tall. Shift weight slowly to the right foot, while the left heel lifts, drifting your hands as though parting clouds. Allow the torso to rotate gently from the waist before returning center. Align exhalations with each weight transfer, inhaling as you reset. Practice 10 minutes and add 60 seconds weekly until you reach 25. If local classes are scarce, follow step-by-step videos from the National Institute on Aging designed for true beginners. The fifth pillar is joint-friendly aerobic work in water or on wheels. Swimming, aqua jogging, and water aerobics elevate heart rate without hammering hips or knees. Water's buoyancy offloads up to 90% of body weight in waist-deep depths, while its viscosity supplies even resistance in every direction. The highlights aquatic exercise as a proven way to ease arthritis pain and enable longer workouts without symptom flare-ups. Start by water walking 10 pool lengths. Progress to alternating easy freestyle and backstroke intervals, and aim for 30 minutes of continuous movement. Start in water maintained between 27 and 29 degrees Celsius. Cooler pools may stiffen joints, whereas overly warm water can raise heart rate quickly. Keep water depth between the navel and sternum to balance buoyancy with ground contact. And aim for a cadence that produces gentle bubbling at the fingertips. No pool? A stationary bike is a low-impact marvel. Cadence-controlled cycling increases blood flow to the hippocampus, the brain's memory hub, and a 2023 clinical protocol predicts cognitive gains in riders with mild impairment. Begin with 15 minutes at a conversational pace. Add 90 seconds each session until you comfortably cruise for 45 and sprinkle 5-minute bursts of faster pedaling to mimic interval effects. Let's weave these moves into a weekly rhythm that balances challenge with recovery. Monday, 5-minute warm-up walk, 2 sets of chair squats, 2 sets of band rows, then 20 minutes of interval walking through the neighborhood. Tuesday, 20-minute beginner, Tai Chi practice followed by 20 minutes of pool cardio using a kickboard for variety. Wednesday, active recovery, gentle yoga, stretching, or light gardening to keep blood flowing without taxation. Thursday, repeat Monday's strength circuit, add overhead presses with the band, and finish with a sociable stroll through a local park. Friday, Tai Chi review plus banded core rotations and seated knee extensions, topping off with 15 minutes of meditation. Saturday, swim laps or cycle on a greenway trail for 40 minutes at a conversational pace. Sunday, embrace play, paddle a kayak, explore a farmer's market on foot, or chase grandchildren across the lawn. Novel patterns weave fresh neural connections and make the week feel invigorating. Reserve Sunday as a playful wild card. Cycle along a riverside path, paddle a kayak, or chase grandchildren across the lawn. Novel movement refreshes neural pathways, and sunlight offers a natural vitamin D top-up. Advance cautiously. Every fortnight, add a squat rep, tighten the band, or extend a walking interval by 30 seconds. During aerobic sessions, let the talk test guide you. You should converse, but not sing. In strength sets, choose resistance that leaves 1 or 2 quality reps in the tank. Record each workout with date, exercises, perceived effort, and pleasant surprises. Sounder sleep, steadier knees, a looser waistband. Visible progress sustains motivation. Safety first. Mild muscle fatigue and light sweat indicate productive effort. Sharp pain, dizziness, or chest discomfort mean stop, reassess, and seek professional advice if symptoms linger. Hydrate consistently. Wear supportive shoes and train in safe environments. Well-lit paths, temperature-controlled pools, non-slip floors. If balance feels shaky, keep a sturdy chair or rail within reach until your stability improves. Nutrition and rest quietly amplify training. Aim for about 25 grams of protein at each meal. Greek yogurt and berries at breakfast, lentil soup at lunch, grilled salmon with quinoa at dinner. Protein supplies amino acids for muscle repair and immune defense. Sip water throughout the day. Thirst signals fade with age, yet tissues still need fluid. Prioritize 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Deep stages release growth hormone that rebuilds tissue and consolidates motor learning. Manage stress with slow exhalations or gentle mindfulness. Include colorful produce to supply antioxidants, omega-3 rich fish twice a week to calm inflammation, and a vitamin D supplement during sun-scarce months to fortify bones and immune cells. Keep a reusable bottle nearby during workouts, sipping small amounts every 15 minutes to replace sweat without upsetting digestion. After sessions, combine protein with complex carbohydrates, such as tuna on whole grain toast, to accelerate glycogen replacement and muscle repair. Exercise feeds the brain as powerfully as the body. A 2025 network meta-analysis comparing 40 modalities showed that twice-weekly, 45-minute resistance sessions produced the largest gains in global cognition, while mind-body practices like Tai Chi excelled at working memory and task switching. Aerobic activities such as walking and cycling enlarge the hippocampus, sharpen attention, and bathe neurons in mood-elevating endorphins. Community magnifies adherence. Invite neighbors for a dawn walk, enroll in a recreation center circuit, or share milestones in an online group. Peer encouragement doubles weekly exercise minutes and halves dropout rates in multiple studies. Reward consistency with non-food treats, carbon fiber walking poles, waterproof earbuds, or a scenic rail trail weekend that showcases your newfound stamina. Expect early wins. Within 2 weeks, you may notice brighter mood and lighter grocery bags. 6 weeks should reveal firmer thighs, improved posture, and steadier balance while dressing. 3 months might prompt your physician to smile at lower blood pressure, improved A1C, or sharper memory scores. Celebrate, then set the next attainable milestone. Here are the pillars one last time. Brisk or interval walking to enliven heart and brain. Chair squats to secure powerful legs and hips. Resistance band rows to protect spine and shoulders. Tai Chi to anchor balance and calm. And swimming or cycling to build endurance without punishing joints. Together, they create a symphony of cardiovascular stamina, muscular strength, graceful balance, supple flexibility, and restorative recovery. Picture yourself a year from now striding across an airport unassisted, climbing a scenic lookout without knee pain, playing tag with grandchildren, or dancing under city lights. Life after 60 can be a launch pad, not a landing pad. Lace up supportive shoes, set a gentle timer, and step into a future where every stride, squat, row, glide, and flowing Tai Chi pattern confirms what decades of science show. Chronological age is inevitable, but functional age is shaped by the choices you make today. Your story is still being written, and each purposeful movement turns the page toward vitality.